Very first, good morning.
Morning's top news.
First, here's the news.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to Today on.
Welcome to Today on.
In your neck of the woods.
Happy birthday.
In the history books, it's hard to... It is a big anniversary. Real big.
You know, you realize 70 is such a big number. We're each a tiny little piece of that 70 years.
Really mind-boggling.
I mean, that's huge.
7 decades. It's a remarkable achievement.
The Today Show was always on in the Daily household when I was a kid.
There was Tom Brokaw and Jane Paul. And I think, wow, that's terrific, but I'm never going to do that. Willard was my inspiration.
I've been kissed for the best.
All right, I'm done.
When I was growing up, there were not a lot of people that looked like me on network television. And then there was Bryant Gumbel.
Barriers are down in East Germany this morning.
Huh. Maybe I could do that.
When I saw Katie, a little dream was born.
Still can't decide whether I'm Catherine or Katie.
No. I was the one on the outside. I was the one with my face plastered to the window, wanting to look in and be part of it, and then suddenly to be invited inside.
Good morning to you. The very first good morning of what I hope and suspect will be a great many good mornings between you and I.
The Today Show is a national treasure. It started in 1952 and was really groundbreaking in its time.
Here it turns to rain.
When the Today Show went on the air, I mean, TVs weren't being turned on. If you turned on your TV, you got... And they thought, well, let's give it a shot.
Special events program geared to keep the people in touch with the world.
Take a look at the women on this show. When they started, it was Today Girls. They were showpieces.
Barbara Walters here this morning.
Then someone named Barbara Walters came along.
Get your own cup of coffee.
And said, no, I want a seat at the table.
Good morning, Mr.
Well,
President.
good morning, Barbara.
Barbara Walters, the Jane Pauleys, the Katies, the Merediths, they blew the doors open. And then me and Savannah just strolled through. We're like, hey, thanks.
From Studio 1A.
And today, it's 2 female anchors. And I'm so proud of that.
A woman stopped me with her child, and she said, thank you, because now my daughter thinks this is totally normal.
People have made the Today Show part of their mornings and part of their families for decades. What do people need to know to start their todays?
This morning's top news.
These are really important moments in our history, and people remember who shared that news with them.
The President of the United States is dead.
These are the honor guards guarding the casket.
Dr. Martin Luther King died violently last night in Memphis, Tennessee.
Why, when he had it all, did it happen?
Pope John Paul II was the target of an assassination attempt.
Long before I was part of the Today Show, I watched major news events on the Today Show.
And the Daily Oklahoman speaks of a morning of terror. And indeed, that's what we've had.
Every time I cover a breaking news story for the Today Show, I feel that weight. Breaking news out of Boston. Here is what we know right now.
We flew over in the middle of the night, got there literally with minutes to spare to get on the air.
How long is it going to take to rebuild Notre Dame?
We are upstairs on a balcony roof right now. Right about now,
We want to go live right now and show you a picture.
I can't think of a more potent moment than the morning of 9/11.
A plane has just crashed into the World Trade Center.
I could not have been prouder to have been part of this show.
Good morning, Dave.
The Today Show has always been a place that politicians want to come to and where they can always expect a tough question. Do you think this was a perfect call?
Vast right-wing conspiracy.
Do you feel like you owe her an apology?
I've never talked to her. We pride ourselves on the ability to turn on a dime. That time when Katie Couric was interviewing Barbara Bush and the president walked in.
I know what one candidate said about you. Blame it on Katie Couric.
I feel like you take something away from each story, but there are others that are just special. They're different. They don't leave you. I interviewed some women who survived the church shooting in Charleston, South Carolina.
But now I see
I have chills right now.
What's really cool is the power of the Today Show.
If just one person went out there and got screened.
Darfur, Sudan.
For coming. Thank you for helping us.
I was diagnosed with GAD, general anxiety disorder.
For the Today Show to give me the platform to do that with its reach, that's really powerful.
In 1952, people were waving
with signs.
So I watch it every time I get a chance to. Daddy's babysitting, he couldn't come.
Like the grandchildren of people who came 70 years ago now show up.
How great is that?
Welcome to Studio 1A here on 49th and the Plaza.
The audience is the beating heart of this show.
When they show up on the Plaza, it's not just as fans of our show. It's people who feel like family.
They watch every morning. Like we are a part of their families. That's awesome.
And guess what? We feel like your family too.
We were the first ones to bring concerts.
The concerts that we put on in the Plaza are iconic. Today's Show for 70 years has been right there at the epicenter of pop culture.
When are you getting married, Mr. Monroe?
Well, the name of the movie is Star Wars.
Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods.
I walk in, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, who's here? Beyonce's here? What? You rock it, Beyonce.
Everyone whose poster you may have had plastered all over your junior high bedroom wall, you're gonna meet them.
Okay, I'm flustered.
And it's amazing.
Be a lady tonight.
I knew if I lived long enough, my dreams would come true. And they have.
Do you remember that?
Fun is a huge ingredient to the recipe of success here.
Who among us is serious all the time? No one.
I say go eat some 1, 2.
Okay.
Go.
1, 2.
You want to see it again?
Even vaunted newsmen like Hugh Downs and Dave Garroway.
Here he comes now.
There are clips of the Today hosts riding around in little go-karts.
This show did start with a monkey, that's proof.
That, to me, encapsulates the spirit of the Today Show.
It's a blast because you don't know what's going to happen on the show. It's like throw your head back and play.
Halloween rolls around, I'm all in. Good morning, my neighbors!
There's no place this show hasn't gone.
Welcome to China.
Bun Venit in Romania.
Splendid morning.
We're looking at the great pyramids of Egypt.
We were the first ones to do these live remotes from all around the world.
Good morning from the Sydney Opera House in Sydney, Australia.
Today is the day.
We've taken our viewers to every continent.
To the ends of the earth today.
This side, the southern hemisphere. This side, northern.
We touched down at the South Pole.
From Africa. Peace.
That's
that little
right.
mark with the A and then the ring around it.
Allison, can you explain what internet is?
70 years later, We're still coming into people's homes, but now on their phones, their computers.
Hey, your phone dinged. It's us. Hey.
The Today Show has always innovated, and I think it continues to be groundbreaking.
No matter where you go, we will find you.
I think what the Today Show does is it makes the world smaller, and it also makes us all feel closer.
There's a deep affection for all of us when the cameras aren't rolling. And I think the chemistry that happens on air, it's undeniable.
I feel like we have a very special group of people. It's a feeling of when you sit there on the set, you're sitting with old friends.
You know, one of the things that makes it easy to succeed here, in a sense, is that it really is a team.
Love is real. During the pandemic, we were physically apart, but I don't think we felt emotionally apart. In fact, I think we felt really close. When we got to hug each other, we'll never take that for granted again.
To be a part of something that has meant so much to so many for so long, it's not lost on any of my friends and colleagues.
I think the secret sauce, why this show has lasted 70 years, is it's good company.
But for 70 years, people have tuned in, and the people who brought them that news will have changed. But the mission hasn't, to find out that the world is still there and get them ready for their day.
I think Dave Garroway and everyone that started this little project in black and white would be astonished and amazed, and I hope they'd be proud.
Thank you. Goodbye until tomorrow morning. Peace.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Find your favorite recipes, celebrity interviews, uplifting stories, shop our favorite deals, and so much more with the Today app. Download it now.